Hello and welcome back to Tony Northeastern. We're taking a little break from Pelo Junction for the moment because I was given one of these train tech signals for my birthday, and basically I'm just going to see how these fit with the code 75 Peco track. Let's have a look, shall we? Now, where there's no sleepers, it just slides in. Okay, no problem. But it's a bit slack, so you might have to put a bit of card or something underneath it to push it up to get your contact. But I just found that if you look close enough, there is gaps. If you look close enough, there's just gaps between the rails and the sleepers for them to slide through. So that's a good sign. So you don't have to cut the legs off on the code 75 Peco track. So that's a good thing. Okay, here we are over at Tyne Dock, and I think that would be the ideal position for the first signal, just before that turnout there which comes back on itself. So I'm going to have to move away the ballast in this position here and see if those prongs can slide through. See, I am just about to mark the position of where I want the signal, so I can remove the ballast. Yeah, as you can see, I've marked round it, but I've also got to drill two holes, one this side and one that side, straight through the baseboard. So at any time in the future I can link these signals together. So I shall do that first. Alright, I'm using a 1.5mm drill, and I'm just putting it on the edge of the line. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is soften up the ballast just by dropping a few droplets of water in. Then we'll drop a little bit there, and there, just to let that soak into the ballast. Okay, that should be long enough. It's been about 10 minutes, so that should just lift up without damaging the baseboard underneath. Now, because of the sensor, you've got to go right up to the rail, so you've got to take that little bit out between the sleepers on both sides. So what I'm doing now is I'm just cleaning out the ballast between the sleepers where the forks are going to go. So I get all that out, and at the same time I'm going to be checking to see if the space is free underneath the rail where the forks are going to go. So you've got to come through there, through the other side. There she goes. Straight through. Right. Now what you got to be careful of is you can't try not to let the sensor touch the rail. Okay, now the only trouble is I've got two forks sticking out the other side now. I wonder if I can pull it back. Right, so should go back there. That's better. That's better. I'm happy with that now. It's a bit it's flatter now, so yeah. And the sensor, see the sensor there is not touching the rail. It's about, well, basically there's a marker on the forks, little markers. So all I've done is lined up the markers, well, this marker here with that rail. So that's about ready to test it now. So we'll let the ballast and all the surrounding area dry a little bit first. Yeah, as you can see with the signal there, with the two fingers or the two prongs which go under the track. Now I was not sure at all that these were going to fit on code 75, Peco code 75, and I'm quite surprised that they have done, but there would have been an alternative. Now the alternative is here, where you cut the prongs off and put in the two feeds from the rail either side of that block there. Now that block there is to link up with all the other signals on the layout. So at the moment I've only got the one on the layout, but if I was to add more, which I probably will do if this works, then you'd put your next cable will go in there, and then that will go to the following signal, and this one here will go to the end of the line of the signals. So if you've got a bank of 4 in a row, they would alternate with the lights as they go on and off. The one thing I was concerned about mainly coming to cut these if I had to was this little sensor here, because this is the trick of the whole signal. But I'm glad it fits underneath the sleepers. Well, that's a good sign. It does work. And this pencil represents a train. There it goes. It's gone past and it's gone red. And it's gone yellow and then green. Hey, it works. That's good. So I just thought I'd quickly show you that. This is the first signal on the layout, and it is quite simple to fit. I mean, I was surprised. I was really contemplating of cutting those fingers off and dropping the cables down and solder them up underneath. So the only cables I will have to plug in is into these sockets here, as and when I add more to the layout. Hence why I pre-drilled the holes first. So that's good, that is, so I can disguise these bits with a little bit of weathering at some point, and that's quick and easy, that is. Okay, as you have seen, they are quite easy to fit, and the only thing left to do at some point is add these ladder rails and supports. But there you go, nice and simple. So I can't wait to add some more. Right, thanks for watching.